Kémia tananyagunkban az atommodellek.
The chemistry curriculum elaborates the topic of atomic structure from step to step, beginning with the bases like the atomic models and the structure of the atom, followed by more complex ones like the periodic table and the chemical bonds. Let's see some examples for the atomic models. In this slide, we can observe the hypothesis of Democritus. Democritus halved the material until he got to the smallest part that he couldn't halve anymore. He called this part atomos. The periodic table was organized by Mendeleev. He organized the known elements according to their relative atomic mass because he perceived that elements show periodicity in their properties. With the help of playful exercises, students can practice the Latin name and chemical symbols of the learned elements. In the process of the research of the atomic structure, the discovery of the electron meant a significant step. Thomson discovered the existence of the electron while investigating the cathode radiation. If we step forward, we can learn about radiation. In association with radiation, we can mention the name of Becquerel, Rutherford, and the Curies. We can easily demonstrate the experiment of the hypothesis of Rutherford with the available animations. The design of the program enables teachers to illustrate complicated topics with ease and helps students to understand these topics easier. We can also observe the atomic theory of Bohr and Sommerfeld. The different atomic theories help students to understand the process of how scientists got to today's idea of the structure of the atom. After introducing the atom models, we can explain the structure of the atom to the students. If we click on the atom, its parts will appear. With this eye-catching animation, we can demonstrate that the atom consists of protons, neutrons, and electrons. There are exercises integrated in the curriculum with which students can practice and test their knowledge. We can ask the students to compile the given atoms. How many electrons, protons, and neutrons can be found in the deuterium or in the hydrogen? The program contains an interactive periodic table. Not only the elements can be found in the table, but if we click on the elements, their special chemical features are displayed in the box. Furthermore, we can also find definitions like the definition of row and columns. After students learned and understood the structure of the periodic table, with the help of a useful exercise they can practice their knowledge. We can ask the students to help us place the elements back to their right place. If the answer is not correct, the elements won't fit. The program contains immediate control. The curriculum places a huge emphasis on the different chemical bonds. It elaborates the features and properties of the ionic, covalent, metallic bond and the bond of second order, furthermore the structure of molecules. Let's take a look at the ionic bond. We can see the periodic table once again, but now if we click on the elements, instead of the chemical properties, their electron negativity will appear. We can easily demonstrate the energy needed to tear the first 3 electrons from the atom. The energy will appear on the diagram. We can also show this energy for all the elements of the periodic table with the help of the diagram, and their electron affinity in another diagram as well. We can easily illustrate the changes in the electron structure when two atoms meet and the formation of the ionic bond with the help of this animation. Materials which are formed with the ionic bond have ion lattice. The structure and the properties of the ion lattice are hard to imagine. With the help of the program, we can demonstrate the structure with ease. Not only the whole crystal structure, but the environment of the different ions as well. After studying the ionic bond and the ion lattice, we can check if the children understood the relations with an exercise. We can determine the charges of the ions and establish the summary formulas. We will immediately know if we completed the exercise well. After the understanding of the chemical bonds, we can introduce the structure and polarity of the molecules to the students. If we click on the rotate button, the animation will start and we can observe the spatial structure of molecules. Animations and pictures help the understanding in the case of the polarity of molecules as well. With the help of the iDoctum interactive curriculum, we can demonstrate the difficult parts of chemistry with animations and pictures. With exercises, we can involve the students into the flow of the lesson. Exercises and visual support makes the illustration of complicated parts like the metallic lattice easy. The learning and understanding process becomes faster and we don't even need special experimental tools. iDoctum. Everything for qualitative learning.